Hello, and welcome to the video on Photoshop of putting yourself in a new place. That means we are going to be learning how to demonstrate different clone tools, eraser tools, text tools, and different editing for putting you in a new place. Got to think about all the different places you can be, whether you go on vacation or you want to be with a famous person. You got to think about what can you or where can you go to create a cool image. All right, first thing you're going to need to do is a Google search. I'm going to look at Starbucks mugs. You know I love that. And I'm going to see what we can find under Starbucks. Got to go to images. From images, I got to go to settings. In settings, look at the advanced search. Now, from an art teacher's perspective, there's two things I want you to watch out for. You don't want any size because that includes an icon. You definitely want to go larger than 640 by 480. The second thing you want to do is your usage rights. We need to be good digital citizens, so therefore we want to use the free to use, share, or modify. All right, so from here, we can go ahead and click advanced search. As I look at all these different images, I think to myself, man, this would be fun. I could walk through here. I could be holding this. I could be sitting in a coffee mug. I could make myself really big. I could make myself really small, but it's this image I'm going to grab. Now, a reminder, this is an icon. It's a small image. This is a larger file size. This is the image that I actually want to use. So when I go to my Google Drive, I'm going to create new in my folder. I'm going to put a doc, and I'm going to call it digital place. And I'm going to include my hour. Definitely want to make this bigger so you can see it. And one thing that is missing is my name, so let's make that happen. You put yours. Again, when I click at the top, it all goes to the top. There's two things you need to put in this document. First, you want to drag this image to go into that space. So I'm going to click, drag, hover, and drop. Once the image is in, although that's important, it's not the most important. I really want to make sure that later on I can give credit where credit is due. And so I'm going to copy by Command C, and then I'm going to paste Command V and put it in my document so I can come back to that at a later date. When I get to Photoshop, I notice that my image was wider than it was tall. So let's create a new. I'm going to title it the same thing. I'm going to do last name, digital place, and hour. My width was wider, so I'm going to make it 8 or 10. My height is shorter. I'm going to make that 8. So it looks like this orientation. My resolution should still be 300. I'm going to create this. All right. So I have this, but I need to go back to the original image. From the original image, I'm going to drag and drop. When I have this image in, I'm thinking about, okay, how am I going to put myself in here? I'm going to play around with this idea a little bit, but I have to definitely go into Photo Booth and take a selfie. Oh, come on. There it is. Click on the icon, and here we go. I'm going to take a picture, and I'm going to make myself look like I'm reaching out to hold that cup. So here we go. So excited to get that coffee cup. Now once I have that, I can drag and drop that in, and so there I go. Here are some things I want to point out. My first layer is on top, or my photo is on top of the second layer. Right now I'm going to ignore that. So I'm going to actually click on layer 1. I'm going to drag that up so I can edit this size. Edit, transform halfway down on the toolbar to scale. And that's going to allow me to stretch this out as big as possible. I am and do want to make sure that I have space for me to be in this picture. So I'm actually going to exaggerate that hand onto the left side so there's more room for me on the right side. I'm going to keep on growing this out. Okay. I'm going to click return so the blue box goes away and it's in focus. Okay, time to add my layer. I'm going to go up and above. I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Scale to change me. And now this is where we're going to have some interesting ways to play around with this photo. I have to use this at the bottom. So I got to figure out how I can fit me in. So it looks like I'm getting cut off a little bit. I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger. Okay. Now, what do I do next? I have to erase my background, and I'm going to use a big tool just so I can erase quicker and faster. For the sake of this photo or demo. All right. I wish I could fast forward myself. You can. You're on video. So you can see how I am working in here. It looks like there's like a little mouse like biting at me. And so I'm going to mention to you guys, take the time to smooth this out for demonstration purposes. I'm going to go a little bit softer on this. I don't know if you noticed, but I can go smaller to get in some of that detail, like around my hand. Or knowing that my hand is going to be overlapped, I'm going to go closer to my arm to get rid of that. I have to play with my negative space. But things that you can think about is also you can use a softer tool. So if you didn't notice, there's this hard brush, but I can turn it to a softer, and that will give me softer lines so it doesn't look so harsh around the edge of my face. There, that's getting nicer. There we go. And more detailed. Okay, so for the sake of this, there's some things I want to point out. I'm going to actually, yeah, this looks good. Better. All right, not perfect, but you guys can make yours perfect since you are going to be, there, my hair will go down like this. You're going to be working on your piece for more time than I am doing on this demo. Okay, so what I want to point out to you is the fact that I want it to look like the cup is overlapping my hand. So I'm actually going to erase my hand to make it look like this is, whoa, super huge mistake. And I'm just going to kind of travel it along here and get rid of my hand. Here's another thing that you should watch out for, or you should know. There's a tool over here called opacity. If you make that like 50%, I'm semi-transparent, which means you can see the cup through me, so you can really get that edge. And I should include their fingers in this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn the opacity back up to 100 so you can see me again, and it looks like she's or he's actually handing that cup to me. Here are things I want you to watch out for. I want to make sure that you are paying attention to light. And so I'm going to, when you guys have time to take pictures, we're going to make sure the lighting is good. From here, don't forget to file save or file save and save it to your desktop. And I will teach you the next video on how to cite your sources. Thanks for watching.